Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a quick gear guide for Blaze Slayer Tier 4. The setup that I'm going to be showing is just about kind of the minimum that you realistically should be using. This is the setup that I am currently using on my grind to Enderman Slayer level 9, which I am currently, I think, about 500 and something thousand XP. Or maybe just around 500,000. Let's take a look right here. Yeah, 517,000. So, getting straight into it. Obviously, no point in grinding to Blaze 9 if you do not own Tier 3 daggers, so get both of them. Preferably you want Tier 7s. Pyro Chaos is more important because it does the brunt of the damage. Other than that, you kind of want the other dagger to be more for single hit damage because you're going to be using that to spawn. So personally, that's why I have Soul Eater and just Sharp and Prosecute on it, where the Pyro Chaos has Crit, Giant Killer, everything else. If you're looking for just like a couple tier 7s, Giant Killer is the most important for the Pyro Chaos. So that's like if you're only getting one, that is the one you should get. Other than that, you need some form of deployable. Personally, I use a Plasma Flux, mainly because I soulbound this thing like 2 years ago. But you can also use a SOS Flare. I think the Alert Flare might work as well, but I personally wouldn't go for it. It's just a thing that some people do if you're like really on a budget, but if you're that far on a budget, I don't think you should be doing this layer anyways, so it's not really a huge problem. Other than that, of course, you're going to need a Scylla or Hype. Preferably just put it on a Scylla. It's just a lot more healing, so it's a lot easier that way. And then other key things, Wither Cloak can be, but that's only if you're doing a lack of damage to destroy the pillars. Not really necessary there. Grapple Shot, basic, same thing with the AOTV, everyone carries that always. Dayax, because I personally Dayax swap, which you probably should do, it's pretty easy. Final phase, you hold it, it's pretty straightforward. Other than that, the only other real item that I use is a Rag Axe, because at this point it's very common, but I Rag Reaper swap, so you swap to Reaper armor, use that ability while you are also using a Ragnarok Axe, and it buffs your damage a lot and makes killing the minis a lot easier. Other than that, Weirdo Tuba you can use. I don't notice much of a difference, but that might be because of my own lack of damage. Other than that, pets, very simple, very quick, so let's get it out of the way. G-Drag, Shelmet, boom. Some people do pet swap to a Minost G-Drag, but I am way too broke for that, so it's not something I personally do. And then I just use a Frost Wisp to spawn. If you have the money to get a Sub-Zero, it is better for spawning. It is slightly faster. I think it's 10% better. So if you have the money for that, do it. And then the actual armor and equipment. So Warden Helmet, important. Just get it upgraded as much as possible. Now, here's where it gets a little bit some options. Personally, I do use a Sorrow piece with 2 pieces of Crimson. The main reason for that is because currently with how I do my bosses, the single piece of Crimson, since it's not upgraded, it's only at burning, my bosses are about the same speed with or without full Crimson, so it's not worth it for me to use. But the two options are you preferably want, if you're doing 3/4 burning Crimson, you want an SOS Flare. If you're using a Sorrow piece, then you kind of want a Plasma Flux, but, you know, SOS works too. It's just kind of overkill with the Sorrow and the Plasma, but other than that, your Crimson, at least have Vitality on it. I have Vitality 5. Realistically, you should aim for about 7. I just don't need the extra Vitality because of the Sorrow chestplate, so I haven't been bothered to go for it. Other than that, you just want, you know, some perfect Jaspers like anything else. And, yeah, it's pretty straightforward on the armor. You want it to be at least burning 10-star, preferably fiery or infernal. Sorrow chestplate, very basic. I just have it renowned, Legion 5, recon, but that's about it. And then the final thing to look at is the equipment. Personally, I have been lazy again and not actually rolled the proper attributes that I need on this. But you're going to use the whole Vanquished set, because it's the best for the Slayer. Preferably you want Veteran, it depends on what you're doing. It's either Veteran Magic Find, if you don't need Vitality. If you need Vitality, you can swap in for Vet, or if you can't use Magic Find like myself, then you preferably want Veteran Vitality on all pieces. So if you're ever going to be getting this equipment, make sure to just craft the base version of it, get all the attributes from that, then upgrade it to Vanquished. Save a lot of money from using the auction house, and just make life a lot easier. So with this setup, I am able to average about 45-second bosses from, it's like 45 to 47, which is okay. It's pretty sure a Hypermax setup gets you about 35-second bosses. So obviously a fair bit faster, but considering this is a lot cheaper and with a lot less magical power, if anyone's wondering, my magical power is 1250. But yeah, that's my Blaze setup, and I'll see you guys in the next video.